play about communication and about how people, and in this case this group of sisters, deal with like a big moment of stress and how you communicate through that, basically. And I think everybody has, and these three characters certainly do have very different ways of dealing with kind of high pressure situations, and it's kind of like an exploration of that.
Caro and I have always sort of had spoken a lot about what's important to Caro in the play, what she'd like to see developed. Like, we've always been in conversation throughout sort of rewrites and throughout rehearsed readings, that sort of thing, and I think that's really important in supporting a writer and developing their play.
I like the fact it's heavily about women and sort of women's roles and what they sacrifice when they become a parent, or when they choose to do nothing, or if they choose like academia or a career instead of a family. And like each of the sisters choose something different, but none of them seem right and none of them seem particularly wrong either.
I guess the most prominent themes are dealing with grief and the relationships of the family and how they interact with one another in coping with that, and trying to understand one another through that process, because everyone's different.
It might be quite nice, I suppose, if there was like a developmental thing but I don't think it would work necessarily for this play, but just to see a couple of moments where maybe they almost do connect, or Liz does warm vaguely to Abby over something, it's so far off again maybe. And there were some nice moments that were opened up.
I think it's quite easy to be clear about the intentions of the play and what you think is going on in the play, in my own head or in Sophie's head, and in the protected world of the rehearsal room. But actually finding out what somebody who's watched it, who's never read it before, never seen drafts, never had a conversation with myself or Sophie, to find out exactly what they think of it is quite, it doesn't happen very often. I think that will help with the development.
So much of being an actor, and especially whilst you wait for work, it's very like reactive rather than proactive. And so coming into a situation like this where we're asked to actually scrutinise and constructively criticise a script and see where it either has holes or rhythmically doesn't really work or whatever, is really satisfying. So discussing those characters and whether things are authentic to those characters or not throughout the process is really satisfying, and I actually think probably gold dust for a writer.